Hello guys, hope you have enjoyed the previous session. So in this session, we are trying to validate you, whether you have that thing which makes you an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship, as I have already mentioned it into my last session, that being a founder or being an entrepreneur is the new guitar. When we were into college, so learning or being able to play guitar was something through which we used to impress girls. In present day scenario, the same is with entrepreneurship. What we commonly talk into VC circle is like entrepreneurship is the in thing into for this generation. They want their bite into entrepreneurship. They don't know anything, but they want to be an entrepreneur. Every other person want to be an entrepreneur. Why they don't know? And the important question is that why you want to be an entrepreneur. I get my chance to talk to a lot of students. I speak at a lot of universities, into e-summits and into pitch sessions also. So every time I ask this question to the students out there, to the founders out there, to the people who are pitching in front of me, why you chose this line, why you want to be an entrepreneur. And the three most common reasons that I always get is, I wanted to be rich, I want to earn like millions and billions and I can't do into my job. Second is like I hate my 9-to-5 job. And third is that because everybody is doing and I am as brilliant as anybody else, so I can also do it. This is not how it works. These are not the valid reason for running a startup. If you are aware of terminologies of startup ecosystem, there is a term what we call vanity matrices. Generally, vanity matrices are the like number of likes or number of shares or number of comment onto your social media pages and all. People are the founders think that these are traction, but these are not traction. These are not the reason that these are not the parameters which will say your startup is a success or is a failure. Three reasons that you want to earn million rupees, you want to be a billion-dollar businessman, or you hate your 9-to-5 job, or everybody else is doing, people who are dumber than you into the school are doing it and making money, is the vanity matrix for vanity reasons for being an entrepreneur. These are not the reasons. If you let me just bubble the burst of earning millions and million rupees, earning like million rupees out of your startups. First, if you will be raising your startup, the stakes will be divided into first your core team members. The ESOPs option will be there. There is a term what we call cap table. So under each or the percentage of the stakes or the stakes of the your startup will be equally divided between investors, staff member under ESOP, the advisors and consultant, then the founders, co-founders and core team members and all. You will be drawing a salary as founder or as CEO. If you are the founder, generally founders become CEO or CTO. You will be drawing a salary which will be lower or lesser than the salary for the CEO position which is there into the market. Because being the founder, you need to work on the cost cutting. And how you can do that? You can do that by keeping your salary at a lower slab. So you will be getting salary which will be like lower than the market rates. Second, when you will be raising funds, it is not your money. You need to understand that. First time founders and early stage entrepreneurs generally get like exuberated or happy like anything that they have raised fund. That fund is, every single penny of that fund is already budgeted. You are not going to get anything out of that. You will only be going to get the salary, which I already mentioned that it will be lesser than the market rates. If luckily, because even after raising fund, 90% of startup fails after raising first round of funds, that is the angel round. So even if you survive that and move to the second or third round of funding, then also the more fund will be raised, your percentage, the stakes will be diluted more and more. At the end of the day, you will be left with single digit stake into your company. So what happens now? If your startup will be really good, you'll get a chance to exit from startup. In that case, either somebody will acquire you, there will be a merger, or IPO. IPO is like the, if you can take it to the IPO, then you will going to make billions of rupees. If there will be an acquisitions like Flipkart and Walmart, you are going to make $1 million rupees. But if not, even in case of merger, if you are going to merge with some company, they are going to take you into their company as their domain head. So there also you are going to get money. If you are very lucky, there during the merger or acquisition, they are going to they are ready to buy your stakes. You are going to get money. Otherwise, you are not going to get any money out of that also. If you are going to get to IPO, then you are going to get money. Otherwise, there will be no money. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to raise your startup to earn millions and millions of dollars for the next 8, 10, 15 years, you are going to work like a donkey, anything between 12 to 15 hours a day, with a salary which will be like 20 to 30% less than the market rate of a CEO. And then if you are lucky, like 5 in 1,000 startups which go for IPO, or 5 in 1,000 staff which gets a good acquisition, you are going to get money. So these are the chances. Be ready with that. If you think that you can raise a startup and you can make millions and rupees out of it, this is how it works, and this is the reality. The second reason, I hate my 9-to-5 job, and I am not made to work for anybody else. This is the most innocent reason that I have ever heard. I have seen my friends who see me as an entrepreneur traveling a lot every time, like today I am in Bombay, the next day I will be someplace else. My friends who are into jobs and who are working as of now, they see my Facebook updates. Okay, today I am in Delhi, the next day I will be the next day I am into Bombay, at times I am out of India. So they think that entrepreneurship is glamorous. They see me talking at a TEDx stage, they see me talking in front of Delhi University, they see me talking, being jury of Amazon Sambhav Award. They see me meeting people who are into really high into the business world. They see me sitting at a table which is like in the front row, and the people from the Bollywood sitting at the back row. So they think that it is a glamorous thing to be an entrepreneurs, and they also want to be entrepreneurs. They want to leave their jobs and want to be entrepreneur. It is the most innocent reason that I have ever seen. So let me define you how. In job, you are working for 8 hours. For that, you are going to get a salary at the end of the month. You will be getting benefits like PF. You will be getting benefits like medical insurance. You will be getting benefits like accident insurance. You will be getting a lot of benefits. You will be getting bonus at the time of Diwali. In entrepreneurship, there is nothing like that. The best thing is that you will be getting somewhere like 30 leaves per year in a 9-to-5 job if you are working with good corporate houses. I used to have 45 days when I was working. In entrepreneurship, there is nothing like that. There will be no Saturday, Sundays into entrepreneurship. There will be no Diwali. There will be no Durga Puja. There will be no Holi. If you are an entrepreneur, and if there is a festival, if there is a holiday, that means you have more work to do on that day. After that also, you are not sure that how much money you are going to get at the end of the month. What will be the profit percentage out there? Will you be able to pay your staff at the end of the month? From where are you going to get the money? If you have taken some loan to run your business, from where you are going to pay back that loan? Just thinking that entrepreneurship is better than 9-to-5 is the most innocent reason. That's why I say I live into my suitcase. There was a time when I came from Bombay to Delhi in the morning. In the night, I came from Bombay to Delhi in the night. Then I had a early train to Chandigarh, where I was one of the mentors of the Tech Startup Weekend, if you know what Tech Startup Weekends are. So I came from Bombay. I came from Bombay somewhere around 2-3 in the morning. At 6:30 or 7 there was a train to Chandigarh. I went to Chandigarh. The entire day I was into Tech Startup Weekend. I met somewhere around 20 teams out there. I had the mentorship session, individual one-on-one mentorship session with them, and then I moved from there my cab was waiting, and 7:30 or 8 I took a cab, and then I went and then I was supposed to be present at IIT Roorkee at the next day. They have their entrepreneurs summit, so I was one of the GD member there. This is just to maintain the network which I have into the startup ecosystem. I earned nada from these travels, but I have to be at these present because my marketing and PR guy told me to be at these places, so I have to be there. And after 72 hours, when I came back to home, I was like completely dead. But I came back to home, I opened my laptop, I checked my mails, I reverted on them. I went to sleep somewhere around 11 at the night, and in the morning again I was awake at 6 so that I can take a team meeting, so I need to prepare myself for the team meeting. There is nothing glamorous about it. If you don't like your job, I think why you don't like your job. If you don't like your boss, leave the company, join another company. If you don't like the things that you are doing your job, if you don't like the sector or domain in which you are working on your job, change your sector, change your domain. You can do that anytime. But just because you don't like your job, don't be an entrepreneur. It is the most innocent reason, as I already said it several times. Don't do that. And then there are like, okay, because everybody is doing entrepreneurship, I also want to do. There are founders who came to me and told me, okay sir, there was a guy into my college who was like dumber than me, and he just raised $3 million from such and such VC, and if he can do, why can't I do? This is the worst reason. That person have done it because it doesn't need you to be an intelligent or a grader to have, or a person who is always getting A+ grades to be an entrepreneur. The only things which are required to be an entrepreneur is, first, you need to find a consumer problem for which you are going to create a solution. You need to be hardworking. There is nothing like smart work into entrepreneurship. You need to really work hard. You need to put somewhere between 12 hours to 15 hours per day continuously for 3 to 4 years. Then only you are going to raise your startup well. Third, you need to be resilient. You need to have a mind where you can take experiments. Failure, there is nothing like failure into startup ecosystem. These are experiments which didn't succeed. It is just like normal life. We experiment a lot. At times we fail. So there is nothing like that. There is a failure in entrepreneurship. These are just experiments. Some experiments works good, and then there is a success story after it. So find a consumer problem, work on that. You need to be hardworking, you need to be resilient, and you need to be ready to experiment. That's all. So this is a LinkedIn post which I wrote somewhere around a year back, and it was like really liked into the startup ecosystem. Even VCs and angel investors, founders, successful entrepreneurs, they reached out to me, and they told me that. So this post is something which reflects their life. They can see themselves into this post. And this post is all about why you shouldn't start up. Let me go through let me just read the post, and you will have a better understanding of it. You want work-life balance? Don't start up. If you are the one to easily give up, don't start up. If you can't give 14 to 16 hours a day, don't start up. If you can't adapt and change every few days and let go of who you were, don't start up. In entrepreneurship, you need to embrace change. In entrepreneurship, change is constant. If criticism bothers you to the point you can't take it, don't start up. If you are not someone who can become obsessed with solving a problem or achieving a certain goal for a startup, don't start up. If you want to go for a vacation every few months, don't start up. If you want to play safe, if you can't take risks, don't start up. If you can't go from one failure to another without losing motivation, don't start up. If you want to pursue hobbies in your spare time, don't start up. If you are scared of rejections, don't start up. If you think startups are about funding and all will be well once you raise funds, don't start up. If you have a moral obligation to be nice to people working with you, even when they are not doing their job properly, and you must tell them bluntly, don't start up. If you don't like reading, which will probably the best way to learn and grow, don't start up. If you are waiting for the right moment and years have passed by, don't start up. So wrapping this session up, we have discussed a bit about the life of a entrepreneur, what shouldn't be the reasons to be an entrepreneur. In the next sessions, there are some exercises to identify whether you have that entrepreneurship into you or not. In next session, there are some exercises to understand whether you have that entrepreneurship into you or not. From next session, we will be working with slides, and we'll be discussing how to take the exercise to understand whether you can be an entrepreneur or not. Till then, bye bye, take care.